Well, hi there, I'm Fenwa.
I'm Lobst.
I'm Demo Weasel.
And you never turn your back on family. Welcome back to Vin Diesel's Wheelman for the PlayStation 3.
The police convoy is due at the ambush point in minutes. You must move.
Who is Vin Diesel's family?
The city of Miami, where Milo's from.
Oh.
Yes. Also New York. Why not?
Also, the entire Alpha 58 gang or whatever.
These jump physics do not... Alright.
Well, there.
Sure, do that.
No, just murdering people on the streets of Spain.
I'm sure that's happened numerous times before in this playthrough.
Oh, it has. I've been not keeping count, but I've seen it.
Get there, fast. There is no time to be subtle.
Since we're jumping right into the mission in this video, this was the mission that we selected at the end of the last video, which is part 2 of the 2 missions that we're doing for the guy who runs the casino whose name escapes me at the moment.
I hope you avoided subtlety like the person said on the phone.
That's right, I'm not subtle at all.
I'm glad someone remembered because I didn't.
Okay. I also hope you decided to go the way the person on the phone just said. It looks like it, so good job.
You said you gain boost by doing dangerous things, right?
Yeah, like speeding. Like, just driving fast is actively giving you boost.
It's just like burnout boost then.
Yeah,
Just
but
like
I don't
Burnout.
think you get it for oncoming traffic like Burnout does.
Except you can't use guns in Burnout.
That's right. Well, it's Burnout, not Shootout.
Well, what if it was... nope.
What if it was Black by Criterion?
Oh, man.
That's right.
There
Yeah.
you go. That's way better than what I was thinking, which was nothing.
That's right.
You'll shoot a car that feels like a gun.
My knowledge of video game titles pays off.
Oh, also that motorcycle blew up.
Yes, it did.
Because again, we're in a car that's faster than the cars that we are chasing, so they are just arbitrarily going fast enough.
Oh, okay. Your car is... You're surprisingly not getting, shot in the head for being in a convertible.
I've been shot several times, just this game has regenerating health.
Oh, does it?
Vin here has protagonist power.
That's right.
He's full of vin and vigor.
Alright.
Unfortunately, my car is on fire, which means that it will blow up if I don't deal with the situation.
Oh, that car is gonna...
Just like the way that bailout looked. Like all of a
Alright,
sudden
so
you're
I'll
just
just get in
standing.
this car.
Alright.
Is the driver gonna arrest you?
You
Yes,
failed
he is.
the mission.
Yeah.
What? Excuse me. Video game. Come on.
Try and keep away from the cops.
Okay.
And that is why you don't hijack police vehicles.
Whoa, you just fell right into my lap. Thank you. Well,
Oh, this looks so ridiculous.
I wish this had, physics affected you while you were doing that animation of airjacking.
So I just go pancaking into that wall?
Yes.
Yeah.
Physics abuse is something I love. It's sometimes the only fun you can get out of, doing the non-story stuff in open world games.
Oh yeah, I believe both Femwa and I played the original Saints Row.
Yeah.
Where that was the main feature.
I thought you were going to say Just Cause, to which I was going to say that physics abuse is the main feature.
Oh,
Well, as
Just
of
Cause
2
2,
and onward,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
The original was for original Xbox primarily, and then
There was a
360.
port
I
for
remember
360.
very little about the first Just Cause, though I did S-rank it.
Yep,
It's like one
same.
of 2 games I've S-ranked, that and Doom.
It's because it's one of those games that's incredibly easy
It's okay, that cop bailed out.
to get all the achievements in, if you have the time for it.
Remember, you cannot shoot cops in the head. You can, however...
Blow up their cars and run into them.
It's okay, he got out.
But yeah, he got out just in time to get hit by your car.
It's okay. He narrowly avoided it.
No, he didn't. I don't know if I told this on any of our videos before, but when I was younger and Just Cause 1 came out, I looked at it and was confused because I read it as Just Cuz.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, why would somebody name this game this? And then,
Just 'cause.
somebody said it out loud, and I was like, oh, I'm stupid. that can't actually work in real life, can it?
Shooting a car and having it blow up?
No, shooting like a car specifically in like the gas cap.
Well, no, of course not.
No. Because bullets don't spark the way they do in movies.
Also, pretty sure
Whoa.
the gasoline it's not itself is not combustible. It's just the
Flammable.
like it's the fumes that come off it when it's exposed to oxygen or something like that.
That cop is pointing his gun in the wrong. Oh, there he goes. I think the very first video game I ever saw shoot the car's gas tank to take it out was True Crime Streets of L.A.
I want to say that Rainbow Six might have incorporated that into a mission. It was either that or you had to shoot the engine block.
Well, I didn't play that game, so
Yeah, that's fair.
I appreciate video games that lecture you whenever you're either taking too long or taking exactly the right amount of time.
Oh yeah, no, this game is really bad about that in a couple of places.
there you took out one of the collectibles.
I think I narrowly avoided collectible here. Oh,
No, you got it.
there we go.
Oh, there's 100 of those. That sounds like the most tedious bullshit.
I think I collected about 8 of them,
Cool.
purely by accident.
That sounds
Alright.
like tedious bullshit, says the guy who got all the cars in L.A. Noire.
Also, I like how I've lost the cops, but I still just rammed through a police barricade and they don't care.
Yeah,
Damn it, ma'am.
those
also
cops
riding
were
on
like
Metal.
off elsewhere. They were eating donuts,
That's
Man,
right.
just like
The
cops.
policeman's dream. That guy in the back is just having a time, just sitting there, not reacting to anything.
Yeah, just chilling. Huh.
Do a hard swerve.
This game also does the thing where, like, I want to say Grand Theft Auto 3, the cop cars don't have radios that play music.
Yeah. That's every Grand Theft Auto.
Motorcycles also do not play music.
Motorcycles play music in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. They wanted you
Police
to be able
motorcycles do not.
to like want to use the motorcycles.
Here, I'll drive.
These
So, yeah.
completely static models
Yep.
hunched down in the back of this. Yeah. Also, they're facing backward when you'd think that the seats would have them facing each other. But whatever.
You don't
No,
want
they have to take one long last look at the world they're about to
Yeah.
be locked away from.
that,
That's right.
or the developers didn't want to give the impression that any boy kissing was going on.
Yes, that's right. That was everybody's first thought,
Yeah.
or it would have been, had they not foreseen it.
We're almost there. Buen trabajo, amigo.
This
Welcome
alley,
back to our favorite game with the character named after a chocolate drink.
okay.
Are we gonna get a cut? Oh, all right. That was a cutscene.
Now we get a phone call.
No,
This
just
is a
head in,
cutscene.
head right back out, quick.
At last, Milo. Buenissimo. Now evaporate. I cannot risk this again.
And now we turn into a puff of smoke.
Yeah.
The vortex of trouble.
That's fast travel in this game. You unlock it later.
Evaporating.
Yes. Form of mist.
Well, Milo is a powdered substance. Before you mix it in with milk.
Okay, so now we're going to do the other mission set for Miguel, who you may remember as being that guy with the face.
Yeah, the guy who has no neck, right?
The guy with the purple skin.
That's right.
Oh no, what's he gonna do with that knife?
Part of the job is to keep eyes on Miggy. See that he behaves.
I'm not a babysitter.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, no, well, he's talking
But
to you
I
about
hear much good
Miguel.
things
Oh, is he?
about you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Jay, from everyone. You can protect my brother.
From others, yeah. Not from himself.
You help me here. I might get a job in the future. Something bigger.
He's offering me his reference. Here we go.
Miggy,
Ah,
There
he
he
is.
is.
this is me.
You know, your pal,
your
Miggy.
driver.
Yeah.
No necesito un conductor.
¿Y a ti quién te ha preguntado? It is settled. You drive him.
With Vin Diesel's line about not being a babysitter, I can't remember when the movie The Pacifier came out.
It came out in the pacifier.
Says it's a
Thank
small
you.
time guy who's ripping off. But he's not much on details. You save him from himself, eh?
It was The Rock who was in Escape from Witch Mountain, right?
Yes, and it was The Rock who was
in
the Tooth Fairy.
When are we going to get the Tooth Fairy pacifier crossover?
Well, that's going to be the Tooth Fairy, where tooth is spelled 2th.
No. It's going to be the 12th Fast and Furious movie. Fast
Yes.
Tooth.
Yes, that is the direction the series was ultimately heading in.
Well, yeah, they're going to get into a real bad car accident. They're going to lose all their teeth.
And then The Rock, as a Tooth Fairy, will take care of them.
The Rock is the Tooth Fairy.
He has been this whole time.
He gains the power to repair people's teeth, but only after Vin Diesel pacifies them with a pacifier so that they feel like they still have teeth in their mouths, and I'll stop.
I'm furiously scribbling these notes down. I'm going to pitch this to Hollywood.
Well, the Emoji Movie got made, so...
Of course.
Show him how we roll around here, compa.
You look kind of pissed off to me. What's the matter, Yankee boy?
All right. No, this is how criminals drive.
This is also how cops drive.
Well, tough shit. If you wanna work for the canallas, you gotta do what I tell.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm driving at the speed that they're driving because I'm not sure if I accelerate, will they just start arbitrarily going faster, or will I outpace them?
Oh, he caught up.
That's right. After just slamming into the back of that parked vehicle.
Slamming into the back of the parked vehicle and not reacting to it. He just stayed there.
What the hell you say that? It's good shit. You went to see the ladies. Every little detail, man.
Oh,
What are we
yeah, my
transporting here?
heterosexuality.
Plasma TVs and DVDs with porno on them.
Okay.
And problematic dialogue.
Who
No,
actually does that? Like, in what world is pornography?
Hard to get your hands on?
Yes.
I don't know.
This might be like a script that was passed down from from the 80s, thereabouts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Spain has the internet.
Yes.
Like a statue or some shit. He's been trained like
Is that right, Yankee? You a military man?
Don't be stupid. This guy, he delivered pizza, am I right? 30 minutes or it's free, man.
This is from the 80s. Holy shit.
Yeah. What was the line from that turtle movie? Never
What?
pay full price for late pizza or whatever.
Okay.
Is that what it was? I don't know.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take your word on this one.
I haven't seen that movie in like 20 years.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Secret of the Ooze or the other one?
The first one.
Okay. I remember even less about the first one, frankly.
I never watched any of the other ones because they looked too stupid.
Aw, the CG one from a number of years ago was not bad.
Oh, wait, I did watch that in theaters. That was boring.
Okay, well,
Oh,
the
I'm so sorry.
non-Michael Bay live-action one is okay for doing the best that it could, given what Michael Bay did with the first one of those.
It did the best it could, given that it's a dumb comic about... That was literally just to take the piss out of Frank Miller stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the second live-action movie at least leans into being dumb instead of the Michael Bay like trying to take itself seriously thing.
You mean like Transformers has been doing for 5 fucking movies?
Yeah.
Ugh. Alright, that's too many bad movies we talked about in one episode here.
I mean, like,
Well, I'm sorry that we're watching these cars drive at the speed of regular cars.
Honestly, like, the premise and aesthetic of this game, it invokes bad movies.
It does. It's
Just
like
by existing.
It's like one of those like movies that when you, well, I was gonna say when you go to the DVD rental place and you're like, huh, when did this Jason Statham movie come out?
Well, that happens to us every time we browse on Netflix.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's why I said like I was gonna say the DVD thing, but it's Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Jason Statham and also Nick Cage.
Jason Statham in Wanted Man.
Any number of movies where it's Jason Statham, he's running, he's holding a gun, and it's some sort of like Dutch angle.
Nicolas Cage.
Possibly monochromatic against like a bright black background.
Yep.
Oh, nice. He got paid for this.
Yep, he's in Wild Card
Nicolas Cage in The Pursuer.
and Stolen,
I wonder who owns these kids.
the Pursuer of Happiness.
Starring Wilson.
So this is ostensibly an escort mission, but Miguel doesn't have a health bar, and I don't think it's possible for him to actually die.
Can you use him as a human shield?
No, he lags behind you, except for when he warps to where he needs to be, which you'll see happen on the radar a few times.
This is just like a natural extension of what you've been experiencing up until this point, which is to say, like this mission up until you entered this building was just like driving and hearing dialogue.
Yep.
And this is...
And now we're running and shooting and hearing dialogue.
Exactly. Like, what's important to the developers is the dialogue, not necessarily whether or not this is a game that you have fun playing.
I've actually recently, since I brought it up earlier, I've actually been replaying L.A. Noire recently. And I'm surprised at, like, how many things it does, like, that are, like, really convenient and done super well that, like, are done to do the opposite of, like, stupid shit like making you drive, you know, like, across the city to go to a mission. And then, you know, during the mission, drive to this place for 5 minutes after the dialogue ends, you know, for, like, 1 minute of that. You know?
Oh, yeah. Any game where you have to, like, you drive to point A to activate a mission that then requires you to drive to point B where the mission actually happens.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know if you've actually played L.A. Noire.
Oh, yeah, we both have.
We played through it.
Because you remember, in L.A. Noire, it's just like, tell your partner to drive.
Yeah.
You tell your partner to drive, it'll play the dialogue for you, and then after the dialogue is done, it just automatically goes to the thing.
That is wonderful. Hooray for mechanics that avoid wasting the player's time.
Yeah, like, why can't more games do that? Especially games of this ilk.
I think it's like insurance against hours played being used as a negative selling point.
Like, my guess is that also, like, with a lot of those games, it's like, we paid money for this soundtrack, you're gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing I can think of. Besides,
you paid money for these environments. You're going to have to, like, look at these details.
I've driven through this place like 1,000,000 times already, oh god.
But now you get to drive to it with a different song, and with the people that you're driving with, hang a lantern over the fact that you're doing this mission twice.
Yeah, let's just put the radio on.
Yep.
Nico has two different justifications for why he wants you to stay 2 car lengths away from the car that you're meant to tail.
And it has a spookometer.
Yes, of course.
One of them.
Okay, you completed a mission.
Well, now we have to start the next mission.
You
what
got
is
in
the next
magic
mission?
Truck.
Oh no, I was right.
Let's go to the drugstore club.
I was thinking earlier, you know, when the guy who gave you this mission, and he's like, I got a big job for you or whatever, I was gonna joke that the bigger job was a bigger car. And I was right.
Godzilla in this thing.
So, this game did a really odd thing on my first playthrough that luckily it didn't do in the second playthrough. That whole system where when you take down a car like this and it shows you that cutscene of the car flipping and blowing up and stuff, on my first playthrough, through every single mission, whenever I played one of those cutscenes and it came back to my car would be at a dead stop. And it only happened with the big rigs, but it happened in every mission where you drive a truck. It got bad enough that every time one of these sort of missions started, I'd actually go into the options and turn that feature off. Because otherwise, like, I would actually run out of vehicle health before the mission ended because I kept stopping completely.
Christ.
Wow.
That's also why you'll see that I kind of avoid bothering to do finishing moves. I just shunt them off to the side without actually killing them because I was worried that would start happening.
The classic game of shunting.
Yep. I mean, again, it doesn't matter because if you take one of these cars out, a new one spawns behind you to take its place until you reach some arbitrary point on the road.
This isn't how cars work at all.
And there was just a flaming car in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean when you hard turn in an 18-wheeler, it doesn't hard turn the entire 18-wheeler along with it?
No, I mean, like, you can't do a strict horizontal move in a car. The wheels don't turn 90 degrees.
Yeah, but it's a video game. Like, it's the same as like...
Vin Diesel leans really hard in one direction very quickly.
Exactly. He does it with sheer force of will.
That's right.
I never get tired of shooting guns.
I feel like this game doesn't like consistently follow its own stupid action movie logic. Because like there's some parts of this game that try to be like, oh, you know, realistic video game. But then, you know, you have the stupid shit of regenerating health. You have the gas cap shooting thing. Like, it feels like all these incongruous elements put together to try and make something that, like, I don't even know if this game is trying to be dumb.
I see. It's
trying to resemble an action movie.
It is.
In the sense that, like, you're surrounded by all these things, like all this dialogue, all these set pieces that are like meant to give off the feeling of an action movie, but without like regard for whether or not, I'm sorry if I've said this before, but like without regard for whether or not it's an actual fun video game, whether or not it offers any valuable challenge or anything like that.
I know exactly the type of movie you're talking about, because I've seen, like, I think back when I was just renting movies for no real reason, you know, just like grabbing things because I was bored. Like, there's some, like, just really bland, like, the worst kind of movie, like, the mediocre ones that you're like, who are these characters? Why do I care that there's a gunfight going on? Like, they're not even,
like a Steven Seagal movie.
They're not even, like, horribly made. They're just boring. And
it's, like the sort of movie that's, like, built to like, be there in case somebody just decides to walk into a movie theater. And, okay, so I want to watch an action movie. Hey, I know this person.
Yeah. Or it's like the movies from my parents, where my parents dislike any movies that have what they call talking. You know, movies that have character and plot development, acting.
Movies that engage, like, with...
Movies that engage the viewer beyond there's things occurring on the screen.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you brought up Steven Seagal, and my parents like Steven Seagal movies.
Well, of course, because you can't hear Steven Seagal talk.
Yeah.
I'm
not sure you can't hear Steven Seagal talk, and I don't think he can see you not hearing him.
I think we should, like, surround this conversation with the disclaimer that, like, I think it's, like, totally fine if you like enjoy movies like that.
Oh yeah,
even if it's like all you consume, that is completely fine.
I'm not saying my parents are dumb,
but I think that there are good and there are bad movies within that subgenre of action movie.
Maybe. Like, I want to hear you provide a good example.
A good example of an action movie where you don't have to listen to people talk a bunch? I mean, I was gonna say shoot 'em up, but even that it actually has a little bit of downtime between all the gunplay.
I haven't seen that one.
Crank, I think, has like one scene where Jason Statham is actually just talking.
I don't like the first Crank.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Right on! I think they're pissed. Better you don't stop for nothing, right? Milo, take us lunch and we gone. One more time. Come on here. Hey, you mean? Don't miss a thing. We crush it all.
Oh, shit. You jackknifed it.
Yep, I gotta go 270 degrees and drive away.
You turned your line.
I think I am actually clipping on geometry right now.
Yeah, you turned your line piece into an L block.
You're putting that Euro Truck Simulator experience to use.
Gotta put Adele on the radio.
Yes.
That would be preferable over this generic music.
Yes, of course.
But on pure moods, listen to some Enya and the X-Files theme or whatever else is on that.
Go full Grand Theft Auto 4. Just put on some filled glass.
Maybe I tell my brother to keep you around.
What was that floating gun icon that was just...
Okay, so one of the side activities that I did, I think it's the hot potato one, unlocks these weapon caches throughout the city. I literally never use one.
Okay. Because you just pick up guns from people that you kill?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what those little brown markers are that you'll see on the map all the time.
Yes.
Like I said, this game has a pay and spray system that I don't know how to use.
Okay.
I love when the game just like cuts away and says, "Oh shit, it's that car."
Well, that's happening because I'm finishing these cars off.
That car is significant.
Yeah.
That's a feature that you can turn off, but really, when the game isn't causing your car to go into a dead stop when you do it, why would you? Any scene that could be slow motion was considered for slow motion to stretch this game out.
Is that at the end of the credits, along with like all resemblances to like people living or dead is purely coincidental?
Except where it's Vin Diesel, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We paid for him.
The character he played is reality. Watch out.
True to life, based on a true story.
Yes.
Nobody without Miguel.
How many times have we driven around this?
Oh, we're going through it this time.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Oh, that was such an epic jump. And then
Oh, yeah.
it turned out I didn't need to go in that direction after all.
That jump was like when people like drive off ramps or whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, this is gonna be a sweet jump," and then the car just does like a little hop.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've mentioned it actually throughout this Let's Play. The little green X that shows where you're supposed to go, it actually it terminates at the edge of the radar and shows you what road you need to be on at that point. So it's not actually showing you the like as the crow flies direction of where you need to go. It's just showing you what road you would have to be on. But if you're entering like a bigger like city area where there are a bunch of like forking roads that go in different directions, it'll kind of give you bad directions. Because it'll just sort of say, like, here's where you need to go to get out, but, like, the road that you actually go in that direction might lead to, like, a dead end.
Like, for the last minute or so, there was a thing completely obscuring the driver's side portion of this vehicle.
Was it just a thing stuck to the truck?
Yeah, just like this thing that, if you weren't paying attention, would look like a jaunty crown.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't need to see. He's the wheelman.
That's right.
Are you still like carting the TVs and like?
Yeah, or whatever's in this truck. We're going to the drugstore warehouse, you said?
Yes,
the drug house store?
Yeah.
I'll do
The
this
warehouse
like
music?
this 30-point turn right here. Ugh.
This merchandise is not fragile at all. Honestly, it benefits from being knocked around.
Yeah. You done it.
Bark, woof.
The green plus means they sell weed here.
Ugh.
The problem is your brother started a fight he couldn't finish. This thing with the Romanians. It'll be war.
Todo saldrá bien.
Con los romos. No. It not be fine. Tú eres un idiota.
They are seriously just California raisins.
I like how they were just like staring at each other in this alley, not doing anything. Vin Diesel shows up and they both turn their heads at the exact same time.
Well, Miguel was with us in the truck.
But
The Romanians
he was
like going
wait.
face to
but
face.
why was he?
We and Miguel met up with what's-his-name
Maybe I
here
can
in this
cool
alley.
things down, put out the fire.
Wait, are there 4 guys here or 3?
3.
Okay,
Yeah.
Vin Diesel approached 2 guys who were standing in the alley already.
Miguel got there before we did.
Did you launch him?
28 years old.
Yep. The Chulos Canallas.
I'm gonna have to think about this for a while.
Yes, analyze the story of the Wheelman.
Yeah,
But we'll have to do that in the next video.
as the
Yes.
wheel turns.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
Alright, stopping this recording.
I'm stopping this too, and I'm going back.